can't dummy pesos. Get your sons, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Ay, 16 cars in my front yard. Ay, 30 on my wrist, bullet points to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord.
Okay, Coach, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the New Orleans Saints. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Get
that quarterback, D-line. Get that.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he's going to keep it here. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Zebra.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. You're trash. Check. 50.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. He'll buy some time right. He can run for it, and he will. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
Let's go. Hey, easy. Check.
First down, here's White. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It was Jonathan Bostic there on the stop. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Got it. Run now. 19.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Dancing to his left. He'll run it. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. 3rd and 2. Now Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Von Miller with sack number 23 on the year, breaking Michael Strahan's mark of 22.5. Congratulations. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive.
Watch the run. They're running it. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Let's go.
They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of 13 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long. To throw, it's Allen. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. And they have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Allen. And this is incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down.
Check Mike 57. Mike 57. Here we go.
From the gun, it's Allen. And that is incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. And this one is right down Broadway. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
A throw complete to Dorsett. 20! And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Philip Dorsett, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead grows to 10-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
25. All go special. All go special.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. On 1st down, Wilson. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Here's White. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. He gets it to James White. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 39.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jonathan Bostic able to get him for a loss of about 3. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Here's Wilson. Flushed out right. Got this complete to the rookie out of UMass, Andy Isabella. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now it's Wilson. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. The Saints on 4th down last year, 13 of 16, 2nd best in the league, and they'll try it here.
Gun. Go get him.
They'll run for it. This is White. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Cohen. He finds an opening past the 40. And down to the 27-yard line. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Saints' 27-yard line. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Letting one go deep for the end. And that is caught. It's Dorsett for the Colts touchdown. Philip Dorsett with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
You know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Second and 9 at the Colts 45-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Bang out, bang out, bang, bang.
They go play action now. Wilson. That's complete right side to Gabriel. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts' 24-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson steps away to his left. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Being chased out left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing again here. Wilson. Finding Gabriel complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Taylor Gabriel, as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And it's 17-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
That's complete to the fullback, James Devlin. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 21-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
I got it. Shoot, shoot. Pass. X3, 218, chop it. Check. Hey, orbit.
Now Allen. He's going to float this one deep right side. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here,
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, they go right back to Cohen. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On second down now, it's Cohen, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Recon, 152 fighter.
On third down, a run with Cohen. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. They do go for it. Here's Allen, and he finds Cook. The 20, 10, touchdown, Indianapolis. Jared Cook, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And their halftime hold now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house. 53's the money. 53.
To throw is Wilson. Buying time to his left. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. This is White on the screen. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. To throw again is Wilson. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
On 2nd down, it's White, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
We've seen this a few times in this game. That offensive line just, I don't know if you want to call it out physical, out tough, whatever you want to use.
And what people do when that is happening, when they're getting dominated that way, they spread things out a little bit, make it more of a space game, and allow your skill position players to make a few plays out in open field. Take away the physical element, gives you a chance.
Now it's Wilson. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. He got 29 yards that time.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They defer to White out of the shotgun. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Mike's 59. 14.
Front left, front left.
Mike, check, 59. Bandit.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1, and, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
So that'll back him up 5.
Down 80. Hey, let's get some penetration. Watch the eye.
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Check 13. Check 13.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Show it up, show it up.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson eluding the pressure right. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9.
55's Mike, guys, 55. Hey, I'm coming.
40.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Again, Wilson. Able to find Isabella. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 42. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
2nd and 12 after the 1st down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Switch.
Good cut.
They go play action with Wilson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. K-Wad short with a sack. That's 315 pounds of man right there. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, it's Wilson. Looking deep for Gabriel. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Watch the pass.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Sean Lee. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Here's Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. This is Josh Lambo. He hit from 57 a year ago. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike.
14, party.
Running out of the gun with White. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
The Saints on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
SOS. Hatchet. Check the backer.
Operating from the gun, Wilson, flush to his right, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Von Miller, make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year, and look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot.
4th down. Here's Wilson. Complete. He finds Bray. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Wilson escaping the pressure, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. So it's Saints football as we get you reset, and let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. After the sack on 1st down, Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get 1st downs and eat away at the clock.
Hey, Alpha. Mike 57, Mike 57.
Back to throw. Allen. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. The CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the interception, here's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. They'll look to throw. Man open, it's Goodwin. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Wilson to throw. He hits White, complete. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
6 guys. Check 6. 1 left. 1 left. 1 left. 1 left. 4 guys. 4 down. 4 down. Hey, we got Mike 50. Mike 50, huh? We own this.
Here's Wilson, sliding out of the pocket. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 25 yards that time.
First and goal from 1-yard line.
Quick, 380. Alert, 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 alert. 14. Hey, turn it up, turn it up.
They'll run. This is White. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Back to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds. Now Gold for the extra point. And the lead is now 2. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the fourth quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in